Hi guys, ¿cómo están? How are you? I first want to start off by thanking you because this is my second channel. Welcome to my second channel. Me llamo Stacy Diaz Apodaca, and this is a place where we're going to be having more serious topics, more relationship talks, more advice, more of an intimate sit down vibe. As you guys know, I was uploading these videos on my regular channel, which is now my vlog lifestyle channel. I don't really know. And unfortunately, not everybody vibes with these kind of videos, not because they're not full of good information, but just because I think that some people think they're boring, which is fine. They're allowed to think that. I personally think they're super fun, and it's super awesome to kind of get to dissect your feelings, who you are, and how you can become a better person. I myself, I'm constantly trying to learn new things. I'm trying to get to know myself better, and I'm trying to become the better or the best version of myself. And I know there's some of you guys who also feel this way, and you don't really know where to start, or you actually did enjoy my sit down videos for my main channel. So if you're one of those people, welcome. Here we are, and I really do think that this channel has the potential to grow into something bigger, because when you feel a life calling and you feel like you are meant to be doing something, it's important that you do it. I feel like I am meant to be sharing whatever it is that these videos are with you, because we all want to be in happy, healthy relationships, and we all want to love ourselves deeper. By me finding the journey to self-love, I am kind of just like bringing you along with me, even if you don't want to come, but you clicking on this video is consent of you wanting to come. And hopefully by whatever I learn, I can shed light on it and share with you, and you can interpret that or use that for your own healing as you like. With that being said, let's get into the first video of this channel. And I just ask one thing: if you can, subscribe, and number two, help me come out with a channel title, if you will. So my main channel is just Stacy Diaz, right? Because it's my vlog channel. I don't really have a theme for it, but this channel, the theme is self-love, bettering yourself, the sit down videos. You're not really gonna see any vlogs here. So how should we name the channel? What should be our name? Like, I was kind of thinking like Stacy Detox or something along those lines, but that kind of lets you know what you're in for. Would love to hear your opinion down in the comments, and would love to vote on a decision altogether. But with that being said, let's get into today's topic. Today we're going to be talking about, should you go through your men's phone? As you guys know, I do post on my Instagram where I talk to you guys and I ask you to give your input on different topics. I always ask because obviously I'm only one person, only one point of view of information, and I can just assume that everybody thinks the same way I do. So I asked you guys a couple of questions regarding going through your partner's phone, and you guys didn't shock me. I was kind of figuring that you were gonna feel this way. The majority of you guys said that you've actually gone through your partner's phone without their consent. The majority of you guys said that you found something in the phone that made you upset. The majority of you guys said that you confronted your partner about it. And the majority of you guys said that you stayed with him if the explanation was good enough. When I hear this information, I think that a lot of people, like, I kind of knew it was going to be that way. Like, you see it all the time, because I get it on my messages all the time. Hey Stacy, I went through my man's phone, I found X, Y, and Z, and I don't know what to do now. Or hey Stacy, I went through my man's phone and I saw that he's talking to some other girl, and then when I confronted him about it, he said he was going to stop, but now I can't trust him. Or hey Stacy, I gone through my partner's phone, I've realized he's talking to other people. He told me he was gonna stop, but then I found out that he's still talking to other people. I get these questions all the time. Now, I'm gonna tell you my personal point of view right from the get-go. I have actually never gone through a partner's phone without their consent, and I'm gonna tell you why. Now, before we get started, as always, I do wanna say my opinion is not the right opinion. It's just the way that I do things, and it works for me, and it's worked for my relationships. Of course, I have relationships that haven't worked, but I like to not stress myself out emotionally. And if you feel otherwise and you think that going through your partner's phone is the best thing you can do for yourself, that's completely okay. If you're here, I respect your opinion, and you're more than free to share it in the comments. I'm just gonna kind of give you my point of view to make your life a little easier, because at the end of the day, I want you to be happier and I want you to be secure in who you are. When you go through a partner's phone, there's literally probably two things that can happen. First of all, the fact that you're going through someone's phone already lets me know that you don't trust them as a person. Maybe they did something to you in the past. Maybe you just have a hard time trusting men because of things that have happened to you in the past. Maybe you just feel like it's your right to have access to your partner's privacy. Maybe you just have always been in toxic relationships that have made you feel like you can do whatever it is that you want. First thing that happens is you find something in your partner's phone and you are literally a miracle walking because you keep it to yourself. I don't know very many women who can see something suspicious, who can actually find something that would make them mad, and then that they choose to keep it and they're like, okay, this is proof, and I'm gonna send myself screenshots and I'm not gonna tell them for like 2 to 3 months. I personally could never be that person, you guys. The minute I find something, I'm out. Like, I'm leaving. It's not worth it. There's no way I'm leaving. Like, if I find something, that's all I need, right? If you can emotionally handle the pain for now of seeing your partner doing things that are wrong, I'm telling you, it's not something that you're gonna be able to do for a long time, and it's worth listening to the rest of this video. But if you can keep it to yourself, great. I'm not saying that's a healthy thing to do, but if you choose to go through your man's phone and you're keeping it to yourself and you're kind of getting and gathering information before you leave, that's fine. But the lack of communication is not going to be something that you'll be able to sustain for long. So option number 2, which typically tends to happen, you and your partner are sleeping, you see the phone because you're awake and you know the passcode for some reason, and you're like, I'm gonna go through his phone. So you grab the phone, you start going through it, and as you're going through it, you're like going through the messages, going to the Snapchat, going to the Instagram, or XYZ. My thing is, the fact that you're picking up the phone and you know where to go lets me know that you already think that there is something happening. You as a woman have this thing that is called intuition. It doesn't mean because you are totally connected to your intuition that you can't be wrong. But if I sit here and I ask myself, in my current relationship, you guys know I'm in a relationship, and I ask myself, do I feel like my partner is cheating on me? I see the way that we are with each other. I see how much we love each other. I see the way that we interact. I see the way that we love each other, the way we are vulnerable with each other. And those things are not consistent with the things that somebody who is cheating would do. If my partner was being distant, if my partner wasn't sharing things with me, if my partner wasn't emotionally relying on me, if my partner was hiding their phone, if my partner was doing shady things, I would feel like there was something to hide. But because my partner is completely open with me and because we have these conversations, my intuition doesn't tell me that there is anything that I need to go look for in there. Again, back to the story. You're going through your phone and then you see that they've been texting somebody. You start fuming, you take screenshots, you send yourself the proof, you wake them up con un baldazo de agua fría en la cara y le dices, what the ¿Y esto qué es? What is this? ¿Y esto qué es? And he says, oh my God, no, it's nothing, it's nothing. I swear it's nothing. And then you get upset and then he tells you some dumbass excuse like, oh, that's my coworker whose dad just passed away and I was just consoling her because she felt really lonely and she told me that she didn't want to be alone, so I just was there for her, you know, but it doesn't mean anything. And what do? You stay, you believe him, and you say, it's not as bad because they haven't really hung out, but I'm gonna keep an eye out on this. And now your trust minimizes itself and now you're over him all the time. You're going to work, you're checking him out, you're babysitting him because you want to make sure that this friendship that he created at work doesn't turn into anything else. But the thing that you did wrong is you already didn't listen to your intuition and you're staying in a relationship that you know is not the right thing to do. The minute that you start talking to someone else or the minute where they start confiding emotionally into someone else, they're more gone than here. One of the main things that keeps a relationship together is the emotional connection that they have with one another. And let me tell you guys, an affair starts emotionally, literally as a friendship, and it will turn into other things. So now, you told him that you know, he knows, he told you this dumbass excuse, and now you decided to forgive him. Couple months go by, and he's still having this friendship with this woman at work because he gave you, and you're like, okay, don't talk to her so much. But obviously he's at work, you're not gonna be seeing what he's doing 24/7. And then eventually he knows, well, even though I was texting this woman, she didn't leave me, so I could probably get away with a little more. And then he goes to lunch with the coworker. And you see that he went to lunch with the coworker and you tell him again, hey, why are you at lunch with the coworker? I thought I told you to not to talk to her anymore and blah, 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 blah. And he tells you, oh my God, again, her dog died and she just was so lonely and like, please forgive me. I love you so much. She doesn't mean anything to me. Y así va subiendo, plebes. O sea, you start forgiving him and then it starts getting worse and worse. But the thing you're failing to recognize is that the whole time from the beginning, you knew that this relationship wasn't worth you stressing, fighting, and crying yourself to sleep over. It's almost like ripping out a band-aid and doing it slowly rather than just ripping it off. Again, I'm talking to the girls who know that they are not in a loving, safe, and trusting relationship. Actually, you forgive him for going out to lunch with the coworker, and then again, your trust dies a little more inside. Eventually, it turns into something more, it turns into something more, it turns into something more, and then you eventually catch him having an affair with the coworker. And the whole time, you're like, I should have listened when I first saw him talking to her because I knew that him talking to her was bad enough. When you go through a partner's phone, and they see that all they have to do is the bare minimum. All they have to do is tell you, it didn't mean anything, I love you so much, this person doesn't mean anything to me. Once they realize that that's all they gotta do, they start to get away with more and more each time. You gotta be willing to let your relationship die in order to see your self-worth. No person on this planet Earth is worth you losing yourself over in order to keep them in your life. You guys will doubt your intuition, you will doubt who you are, and you will continue to go through these people's phones knowing damn well that you are gonna find something. But if you're not ready to leave him, you better make damn sure that you are gonna be able to handle what you're seeing on that phone. Because if you tell him, hey, I saw that you're talking to so-and-so and I saw you went to lunch with so-and-so, what's going on? And he just says a couple of things and then he calms you down with that, he knows that all he has to do is tell you, oh my God, I'm so sorry, we're gonna work on us, I love you so much, and tell you like, I'm here for us, and this is like blah, blah, ya saben, please. That's all he has to do, and he still can continue to have whatever other relationship he has on the outside because all he has to do is sweet talk you. Can men change after they've been caught cheating? Absolutely they can. But they have to see you be able to walk away from their toxicity in order for them to want to change. You cannot change anybody other than yourself. If somebody is being unfaithful to you, if somebody is messaging someone else other than you romantically, if somebody's watching things on their phone that you don't feel comfortable with, if somebody is having an emotional or physical affair with someone else, you literally can't do anything about it other than what you can do with yourself. When somebody cancelado, but if somebody was cheating on me, the only thing I can do is forgive them and decide to stay or leave them. If I forgive and I decide to stay, it is very likely that that person will see that all they have to do is sweet talk me and that I'll continue to stay. If I leave, I take my own time to myself and I say, you know what? I'm actually working on myself and I don't deserve this. I don't deserve to be cheated on. I don't deserve to be treated like this. I don't deserve to be second place to anybody. That man is going to change when he realizes that he doesn't have you anymore. And hopefully by that time you realize that you're worth much more than being cheated on, emotionally, physically, or whatever other form of it. Yes, a person can change after they've been cheating on you, but the thing is, you don't have to wait for them to change. There's plenty of people out there who are faithful and who are not going to cheat on you. And if you have somebody that you have to convince to physically stay with you and be faithful to you, that person is probably not worth keeping around. And it's hard, but the earlier you realize that, the better your love life is gonna be. I don't go through his phone because I know that if I see something, I'm gonna say something. And if I say something, I have to leave. That is my rule. If I get cheated on, I have to leave, period. And I said it, and I've told every single partner I've ever had, don't let me find out you're cheating, because if I find out you're cheating, I don't care what we had. I'm leaving, period. So again, if you're gonna go through someone's phone, you have to be able to say, if I find something that's in here that's gonna make me upset enough to walk away from this person, I have to leave. Que busca, encuentra. Okay, so here's the deal. If you're gonna look, you better be sure to leave, because if you're looking, it means that you already know there's something that you should be looking for. And if you don't wanna leave, don't go looking. But if you feel like there's something, then you already know that this relationship may not be what you actually need. In an actual healthy relationship, you're gonna feel safe, you're gonna feel vulnerable, you're gonna feel being able to trust your partner. And if you don't, then I highly recommend that you see what is missing in your relationship, because an affair is the aftermath of something missing. At the end of the day, everybody deserves privacy. If you have a good man and you're treating him like one of those men that often cheats, he'll eventually get tired of you treating him like he's not a good man. If you knowing at the bottom of your heart that you have a healthy relationship and you're constantly invading their privacy just because you can, that is disrespectful. You are not that man's mother, and it is not your responsibility to check for him to not cheat on you. If somebody wants to be with you, it's because they want to, and not because you're making them by making sure that they're not cheating on you. It is physically impossible to be with somebody 24/7, so it is really important that you stay with your person, or that you stay with the person that's actually gonna make you feel safe, vulnerable, and trusting. With that being said, you guys, that is it for today's video. I hope you guys really enjoyed it. Welcome to the new channel. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what you think down below. Do you go through your man's phone? Does your man go through your phone? Do you feel like you have to go through his phone? And do you feel at the bottom of your heart like you're with a man who you need to be checking? Let me know down in the comments. I'm going to be reading you. Welcome to the new channel. Thank you so much for being here. If there's any future topics you want me to cover, please leave them down below. I really like making these videos. It's super fun, and I love the fact that I get to involve you guys in the polls. If you haven't yet, please consider subscribing because it's really going to help this baby channel. Quiérete mucho, respétate más, and I'll see you guys at the next video. Bye.